What is going on to Bomb Squad? This is Don the Bomb, and I am back for a very special action figure collection room tour. So, the beginning of July has come upon us, and this will be my last month at my apartment that I got a year ago. I'm going back home to where my earlier videos were to be with my wife and my stepkids, where I belong. It's been a long year apart, and sometimes if you love something, you let it go, and if it comes back, it's yours forever. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. So I have no idea what my action figure collection is going to look like when I move back. I'm probably not going to have as much out there on display, or else I'll get in trouble, but maybe I will. But I just want to let everybody know to take a look at what I have here. Now, behind me, it's not my whole collection. It's probably maybe a fourth of my entire collection. I only have so much room with these bookcases, but I'm going to go through each shelf and show you guys my collection, or at least what I have displayed. I'll talk about each row and some of my favorites from each row. So this should be, what am I talking about? This should be a very epic, exciting, action-packed collection tour. Oh, baby. Checking all the boxes, playing all the hits, off to the races, and we're cooking with gas. So it's out, without any further ado, the Bomb Squad. And if you're not already a member of the Bomb Squad, what are you waiting for? What are you doing? Subscribe. So I just want this so I can watch this later in life and see what my collection used to look like. All right, let's get into it without any further ado. Oh, baby. All right, well, here is my current display from afar. Here you can see I have two tall bookshelves where my wrestling figures, well, primarily my wrestling figures reside. And then there's a smaller bookcase where I have my sports-related stuff, bobbleheads, whatnot. So, all right, let's get into it without any further ado. Let's go over to the sports one first. You see I have the Brownie up there, and the LeBron James in a Cavs uniform, a signed Darius Garland poster, and then the Cleveland Indians, it looks like a montage of history there. And then up here, we have my beloved 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers NBA championship hat. There is a J.R. Smith bobblehead with the trophy. Sorry for the glare. We have a LeBron James big head. Looks like a Cleveland Brown zombie. And then my second favorite team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wilson football. Over here we have some more Tampa Bay Buccaneer bobbleheads. And not starting lineup, but McFarlane. And then a random Marvel Legends Blue Beetle. Down here, love Beavis and Butthead. My favorite wrestler of all time, a custom Hasbro Leaping Lanny Poffo, the Genius. Some more, there's Chester the Cheetah. I have the Flamin' Hot and the regular version. A Marvel Legends Crystar, that is a very nostalgic figure, at least the original from the mid-'80s or early 80s I had. So Marvel Legends came out with one last year that I got, that I have, whatever. And there's a Bob Feller statue. Let's see, Jose Ramirez, McFarlane, Random Skull, Beavis and Butthead. Oh, and there's them on the couch back there. That thing used to be on the TV. If you would change the channel, it would make a smart comment, but it doesn't work anymore. But it's a cool thing. And then down here, we have some more Cleveland sports items, some Cleveland Cavaliers bobbleheads, mini bobbleheads. We have more Cleveland Indians, Francisco Lindor, McFarlane, more bobbleheads, Shin Choo Choo, Pronk. We have a Bob Feller statue and some more McFarlanes, Reggie Bush, some of the classic Cleveland Indians, Chief Wahoo, 1970s bobblehead. And then there's a 1948 one in the back. And there's the Cleveland Brownie, I love those. Jim Brown, Giannis, and there's a Kenny Lofton, his famous at the wall catch. And then down here we have some other random Browns and Indian stuff. We have some starting lineups, some McFarlane figures, and then the classic Madden 2012 game, which had Cleveland Browns Peyton Hillis on the cover. That was something else. It was fan voted, I believe. But, yep, that is my sports bookcase. And we'll go over to the wrestling ones. Okay, we're over to the taller bookshelves. Here is my non-wrestling related shelf, or I should say tier here. Now, I'd say about 97% of what I collect and own are wrestling figures, but I do like to collect pretty cool looking other lines like DC, Marvel, Mortal Kombat, you know, there's other things up here too. G.I. Joes, I have a few Star Wars. Looks like some of them are falling, so if you go back, you see some G.I. Joes, Gung Ho, Roadblock, Crocmaster. That's a cool one back there, some sort of tracker or whatever guy. Looks like some of the guys are falling, unfortunately. Luke Cage back there. From the Princess Bride, we have Carrie Elwes, who played the Dread Pirate Roberts. Captain America, the Crow, Black Panther, who's falling. Some Mortal Kombat. Some Karate Kid. And there is the classic Vincent Price NECA, which I love this figure. Then we have a Spawn, and then a Mortal Kombat. We have Kratos from God of War. More McFarlane, or Mortal Kombat. And then we have Borderlands guy, the Maniac or whatever, the Psycho. Godspeed, Wolverine. And then, from Flash Gordon. What the heck is that guy's name? Oh my gosh. Whatever. You get the gist of it, whatever his name is. So there's that one right there. All right, here is my wrestling female shelf where they're all females, as we see right here. As you see, there's the risers I'm using, the plastic clear risers. So as we go into the back, we see Natalya and Sasha Banks, Trish Stratus, Taya Valkyrie, and going along down the line, Lady Maravilla, Selena Vega. One of my favorites of all time, the TNA Impact Velvet Sky. We have some AEW figures, including Chris Statlander, Thunder Rosa, Jade Cargill, Red Velvet, Sheeta, Riho. And then we go down here, we have Ember Moon and Molly Holly, Raquel, and one of my favorites, the Chase. The Chase. Oh my gosh, what the hell is her name? Why do oh my god. Yeah, Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green. Oh my gosh. I'm not even on camera and I'm like getting nervous. The Bellas, Stephanie, Mandy Rose, Dewdrop, Dakota Kai, Lita, Paige, Kelly, Naomi, Shotzi, Bailey, Cora Jade. I'm going to miss her. Bianca. Very little body on Bianca. She should definitely be more powerful. Rhea Ripley, Ronda Rousey. One of my favorite women's figures, the Ultimate Asuka. One of my favorite divas or slash women wrestlers, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. There's Becky Lynch, Kairi Sane. So there's that one right there. All right, here is another shelf as we work our way down. We'll go in the back here. Where am I at here? All right, there is, what is that, Retribution or whatever they were called? Mace. And, yeah. There is Happy Corbin and Sad Corbin all together as one. Braun Strowman, Bronson Reed, which is a very cool figure. More cool figures are the Viking Raiders or the War Raiders or whatever. Rick Boogs is back there. We have Shinsuke, Elias. Let's see, Carmelo Hayes and John Morrison, Trick Williams, Velveteen Dream, Tyler Breeze, Fandango, Los Garzas, Jinder Mahal and Robert Roode. We have Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Edge, Bray Wyatt, Sin Cara, Pete Dunne, Trick Williams, Grayson Waller. We go back, Austin Theory, And there is the guy from Jackass, whatever the heck. Oh my gosh, I just have a brain fart thinking of these guys' names, even though I know their names. Rey Mysterio, Alex Hammerstone from Boss Fight, Lucha Libre line, or I should say MLW line. There is Batman's Bane. I love that figure. He looks like a powerful heel wrestler. There is Connor from the Ascension, and there is one of my favorite figures, if not my favorite, and that is my custom Don the Bomb figure. Comes complete with the sickle, the WWE Championship. As you can see, I'm using the Victor Ascension body. I'm probably going to use a different one at some other point. I forgot the Lucha guys back there too. Yeah, you can see them back there. Kalisto and Grand Metalik, Lince Dorado. And then as we see here, we have Penta, Rey Fenix, Randy Orton, Matt Riddle. There we go. Very nice. All right, as we make our way down to another row, we have the, what were they, not Basham Brothers. Oh my gosh. Once again, brain fart. But you know, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. We have Paul Bearer, The Undertaker, Kane. We have the Authors of Pain, Otis, Tucker, Cassius Ohno, Street Profits, Sheamus, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. Let's see, there is Demon Finn Balor, R-Truth, The Miz and Maurice, Sanity. There's the Jazzwares, Andrade El Idolo. We have Big E back there, and let's see, Xavier Woods, Kofi, Braun Breaker. There's the regular Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Damian Priest, what was the Judgment Day. We have Gunther back when he was Walter. Did I say Sheamus? And there's Ludwig Kaiser and Da Vinci, the Imperium. As we come to the front row, we have Scarlett. We have Karrion Kross back when he had hair. LA Knight, yeah! We have Seth frickin' Rollins, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns. I definitely need to update my Roman Reigns. This is a very old Roman Reigns, before there was True Effects. And there is the wise man Paul Heyman, the Ultimate Brock Lesnar, which is an awesome Ultimate, and then Drew McIntyre. Very nice. Okay, we get more into the legends. We'll zoom in here, go from the back. We have, it looks like Akeem and Zeus, the Berserker, Papa Shango, Rikishi, the Godfather, Yokozuna, the Warlord, ×2. I have his Powers of Pain version. Umaga, Kamala, Bam Bam Bigelow, Vader, ×2. The Sultan, and we have Colonel Mustafa and Sergeant Slaughter, Psycho Sid, King Harley Race, the Boogeyman, the Zodiac, which was Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and there is Brutus Beefcake. Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, Stevie Ray Booker T, Harlem Heat. We have the Executioner back there, Terry Gordy, Jake the Snake Roberts. We have Demolition, Axe, and Smash. I'm missing Crush, but it looks like they all got re-signed, so I should fulfill my Demolition. Doink the Clown, Terry Funk, Chainsaw Charlie, the Fiend Bray Wyatt, the Head Shrinkers, Samu and Fatu. As we go in the front row, we have Goldberg, Charlotte Flair, and woo, her father Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. My favorite tag team of all time, Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom, or the Road Warriors. One of my favorites of all time, the Ultimate Warrior, the Hulkster brother. This is the Ultimate Hulk Hogan. And then his tag partner from WrestleMania 1, Mr. T. And then an interesting custom I put together. I found on eBay, or actually it was Ringside Collectibles. I bought a extra Mr. T for like $10 in Ultimate, and then I popped Old Dirty Bastard's head on there and threw a Hulk Hogan little, whatever the hell they call that, around his neck. Alright, so there we go of that one. Pretty cool. Alright, we're at the bottom row of the first tall bookcase. I have a lot of miscellaneous stuff on this one, so let's zoom in. to the back, we have some Powertown figures, Bruiser Brody, Stan Hansen, Vern Gagne. There is the Gobbledygooker. We have Rosie and Jamal. We have Who, which is Jim the Anvil Neidhart's weird alter ego gimmick that he had for like maybe a month. The guy that's in the yellow there. Then we have, let's see, Rosie Jamal. Who's back there? I can't even see. I think that's Muhammad Ali ×2. We have the Boxer. And then we have the Referee, the Ultimate Edition, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. We have Omos. I have no idea where he's at. The Goon. Some New Japan guys, including Okada, Tanahashi. Oh, then as you can see there, we have some announcers. There's, let's see, we have Brother Love, Taz, was Excalibur I made into Joey Styles, Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross. There's Excalibur in his wrestling attire. And there's all the prison inmate guys, Santana Ortiz and another Santana. And there's a custom that I made with the extra Andrade El Idolo head. Another guy using the, what is that, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles guy head. There is Penta when he was in his Obscura gimmick. And then we have a couple of customs. These are the Rhinestone Cowboys using the Hangman Adam Page suited body. We have Freddie Mercury from Queen. Elton John, his head's a little big, but I thought it looked kind of cool. We have the Ultimate Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of my favorite figures of all time, and that is the Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls. They call him Big Papa. He looks like he'd make a great leader of a heel hip-hop gang kind of group. ODB, Old Dirty Bastard, would probably be in that, and the maybe Mogul affiliate. And there's a couple random guys. There's Mads Kruger from MLW. And then this guy, I always thought this was a cool guy. They have a line, I can't remember what it's called, obviously, because why would I remember? But I thought he was a cool looking guy, like a knight barbarian guy that would fit well with my wrestling guys. So there you go, the bottom row of the first tall bookcase. All right, we're in the top row of the second tall bookcase. In the back, we have Jack's Classic Superstars on-card Ultimate Warrior. My favorite wrestler of all time, the Genius Lanny Poffo. My second favorite wrestler, Adam Bomb Brian Clark. And there is a Bone Cruncher Adam Bomb, as well as a Micro Brawler Adam Bomb back there. And as we go into the row here, we have Jushin Thunder Liger. These are from Storm Collectibles. His debut, and then a black and gold version, which I love. That's one of my favorite figures that I have. And then we have Minoru Suzuki. We have a couple of Super 7 Ultimates, which are King Diamond and Papa Emeritus from Ghost. And then some more Super 7. These are all guys that are from New Japan. Ishii is one of them, Evil, Bushi. And then there's the Storm Collectibles El Desperado, which I really like that figure. So there you go. There's top row, second bookcase. All right, here is another Legends packed row here. As we go back, we have Brodus Clay, the Funkadactyl. And looks like, let's see. Oh, wait, that's Terry Gordy right there, right? Yeah, that's Terry Gordy back there. You see P.S. Michael Hayes, Bruno Sammartino, they're the Wild Samoans, and then Dr. Isaac Yankem, also known as Kane, Sid Justice, who's that? Larry Zbyszko, Magnum TA, Lou Albano, early Ron Simmons, Rocky Johnson. You see Ken Shamrock, and you see Dean Malenko, the APA, the Acolytes, Stunning Steve Austin, Terry Funk. There you go, Eddie Guerrero, Jerry the King Lawler, D'Lo Brown, the Von Erichs, Booker T. And then in the front row you have, let's see, you have the Rocky Maivia, his grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia, Surfer Sting, Degeneration X, the Narcissus Lex Luger and Tatanka back there, Barry Windham back there. There's China, Triple H, Kama, the Natural Disasters, And there's the Outsiders Nash and Hall. Not too shabby for that. This is another row that has primarily Legends Classic Superstars. As we zoom in, go to the back, we have the Red Rooster Terry Taylor, the Brainbusters, Big Boss Man, Don Morocco, Hillbilly Jim, Andre the Giant, Big John Studd, IRS, Bob Backlund, Greg the Hammer Valentine. And we have Virgil, Ted DiBiase, Mr. Perfect, British Bulldog, Paul Orndorff, Bob Orton, Superfly Snuka, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Sergeant Slaughter, Dusty Rhodes, Ravishing Rick Rude, Iron Sheik, George Animal Steel, Junkyard Dog, Classy Freddie Blassie, Nikolai Volkov, Rocker Shawn Michaels. Let's see, Junkyard Dog, I said, the Bushwhackers. Yeah, Roddy Piper, the Hart Foundation, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. As we come to the front row, the model Rick Martel, Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, Jimmy Hart, Honky Tonk Man, The Ultimate Warrior, Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brain Heenan, who I think is the best commentator of all time, one of the funniest, quick-witted guys in the Weasel outfit in his match with The Ultimate Warrior. And then we have Sensational Queen Sherry and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Unfortunately, I'm missing his hat and the glasses that came with it. This figure was supposed to come out a couple of years ago, but it seems Mattel lost the license. I was going to get the Ultimate Edition of this, but it's in a warehouse somewhere, so... Alright, so there we go. Some more classic Superstar Legends. This row here is a hodgepodge of all kinds of stuff, primarily the Legends of Lucha Libre Boss Fight Studio guys, which I enjoy that line very much, but let's get to the back. We have the Hardy Boys, TJP, No Way Jose. There is Bray Wyatt Ultimate Edition. That's when he had the blue light. Unfortunately, it was his the black light match against LA Knight. That was unfortunately his last match. Another Bray Wyatt figure, The Big Show, Mark Henry, Lord Tenzai. And up here we'll see Alberto Del Rio. There's the Dingo Warrior before he was Ultimate Warrior. The Dudley Boys, Carlito, James Ellsworth, Goldust, Stardust, Cameron Grimes, Santino Malala, the big guy, Ryback. And it's me, it's DDP. And then you see more guys there, RVD, EC3, Finley, Aiden English. We have the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, another Ultimate Warrior, probably from around that 1992 era. The Ultimate Edition, AJ Styles, which I really enjoy. An older CM Punk that I need to replace with one of the more current ones. Kushida, Wesley, Dragon Lee, was it his partner Nash Carter back there. And in the front row, we have Shawn Michaels, which I need to upgrade him as well. One of my favorite figures of all time that I just recently got, and that's the Great Muta WWE Ultimate Edition. And there's some Legends of Lucha Libre figures with Conan, Ultimo Dragon, Black Taurus, two different Vampiros, Tenny Blas Jr., and the Laredo Kid. Hopefully the line will continue, but yeah. Alright, there's that one. Lucha, lucha. Alright, I actually skipped a row on the last bookcase, so I'm going to get into this one. I passed it up for some reason. This is a Jazzwares AEW loaded row. As we go in, we'll see Lance Archer, Eddie Kingston, there's Private Party, Dustin Rhodes, Brian Cage, Luchasaurus, which is one of my favorite Jazzwares figures, Powerhouse Hobbs. Oh wait, there's Eddie Kingston. Who the hell was over here then? Is that Wardlow? Yeah, Wardlow's back there. Okay. And then there's Swerve, Butcher and the Blade, Keith Lee, Miro, Samoa Joe. One of my favorite Jazzwares figures is that teal colored Shawn Spears with the hood on. That's a rare, 1 of 3,000. I was luckily to get it off eBay for a decent price. Pac, all of the Dark Order, including the late Brody Lee, Brian Cage, the House of Black right here. And here we go with Tay Conti and Sammy Guevara. And then there is the rare 1 of 3,000 Brandon Cutler, which is a really toyetic figure. We have Sting, Darby Allin, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, promo gear, purple Chris Jericho, Hangman Adam Page. We have a popular hit Danhausen, very nice, very evil, and yo, the Acclaim have arrived. MJF, Orange Cassidy, Mr. Ass Billy Gunn, the Switchblade Jay White. Very, very cool AEW. Okay, dokie, here is another row of AEW on the other bookshelf. As we zoom in, go to the back, we have Shawn Spears, Jake Hager, Claudio Castagnoli, and there is Takesha, Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian, Copeland, and there's, let's see, Trent and Chuck Taylor. There is Big Bill back when he was Big Cass, a WWE figure. Daniel Garcia and the Lionheart, or actually that's the other Chris Jericho from his Mexico days or Japan days or whatever. And then we have Grand Metalik. I don't know why he's there, but all right. We have Santana Ortiz. There's Wheeler Yuta, Jungle Boy, Jeff Hardy. We have the Ass Boys, the Gun Club, whatever you want to call them. All right, then we have Penelope Ford, Kip Sabian. We have the Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong and Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly. We have Ricochet. We have FTR when they were the Revival in the Mattel WWE days. Hook, the Devil, MJF. Did I say Wheeler Yuta? Oh my gosh, the Wiscos. The Briscoe Brothers. And there is the Supreme Jon Moxley, which I think is his best AEW figure by far. Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Tony Storm ×2, including the black and white Ringside Collectibles Timeless Tony Storm. One of my favorite figures, actually two right next to each other, and that's the heel Christian promo gear with the turtleneck. He's your daddy. He's all of our daddies. Let's see, we have the suited Kenny Omega, which is pretty cool. The Macho Man Jay Lethal. Oh yeah, dig it. And then there's Jeff Jarrett. Nice bit of AEW figures right there. All right, as we go further down the second tall bookshelf, we have another just hodgepodge of different various wrestling figures, mostly in the legends or, you know, wrestlers that haven't wrestled in a while. So let's get right into it. All right, we have Viscera and King Mabel, the same person, obviously. The Three Faces of Foley, the Great Khali, Nigel McGuinness, and Jerry Lynn, AEW, Ring of Honor, Jazzwares figures, and then Brody Lee, Jazzwares figure, back when he was in Ring of Honor. What is that? Jack Gallagher, Igor Dragunov, there's Neville, Austin Aries, Enzo. We have, was that Justin Gabriel, Los Matadores, and then this Chinese Asian guy, Yoshitatsu, I believe, back when he was a heel. And then there's Rich Swann, which is a cool figure. We have Tito Santana, Mustafa Ali, was that Tony D'Angelo and Stax from ECW. And there's Brian Pillman Jr., Lexus King from NXT. There's his father, the late Brian Pillman, leaning over on Justin Hawk Bradshaw. The much upgraded Tyler Bate. And we have Farouk, Ron Simmons. Stand back, there's a hurricane coming through. And there is the Figures Inc. ring announcer, Justin Hawk Bradshaw, Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints, Rey Mysterio with the mask on, one of the earlier Mattel Elites. Another Rey Mysterio, there's Shane McMahon, there's the Solo Sikoa Ultimate, and there is Ultimate Warrior circa 1996, I believe. We have the Major Pa guys, we have Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. There's Shane McMahon, Vince McMahon, and there are the McMahon Goons, Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe. The Ultimate Edition Batista, You Can't See Me, his last run, John Cena, and then a random Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tatsu figure When I was unboxing him a couple of months ago, his arm broke off, so safe to say that was heartbreak and disappointment. I just thought he'd be a cool guy to display with the wrestling figures. So there we go. Another row down. We have one more to go. All right, last but certainly not least, we have the very last shelf tier on the second tall bookshelf. Once again, it's a hodgepodge of different characters. So let's zoom in, go into the back. We have Custom Basham Brothers, which has the Basham Brothers from mid-2000s WWE, but I used the Shield Kurt Angle figures. They were on sale cheap at Ringside Collectibles, so I made 2 custom Basham Brothers, and I used the helmets from the Briscoe and Pat Patterson figures. Farouk Assad, a Macho Man from WCW in that match where Hall and Nash and Hogan turned, or actually Hogan turned heel. Commander Aziz, huge dude. Daniel Bryan, a custom Mattel Heidenreich. There is Mean Mark Callis. There is Wrestling Gorilla Monsoon with whatever reason a top hat. We have Big Bubba. We have Titus O'Neil and Ezekiel Jackson. A custom, I don't know who the heck that, oh, it's the Gladiator carrying cross with a mask on for some reason. The Nasty Boys, Apollo Crews, Cedric Alexander, Tyson Kidd, Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, MVP, Brian Kendrick, Shelton Benjamin, the Superstar Billy Graham, Scotty 2 Hotty, Tozawa, another Mustafa Ali when he was part of the Retribution or whatever they were called. There's Pretty Deadly. Very silly guys. There is that, what is that guy's name? Helmsworth. He played Thor. I thought that was a cool guy to have displayed with the wrestling guys. We have Scorpion King Rock. And as we get into the first couple rows, we have 3 guys here. There's Bruce Lee. I believe that's a Diamond Select. And then this 2-pack was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was Shredder and Splinter back when they were humans. I thought that would be cool to display with the wrestlers, kind of like a karate faction. Up here we have the MFer from the movie, oh my gosh, what was that movie called? But he was a bad guy called the MFer from, oh my gosh, I can't remember what the name of the movie is. Whatever. And there's, from the boys, we have Black Noir, Kurt Angle, El Torito, and Hornswoggle. There is a Jax, Genius Lanny Poffo, my favorite wrestler. There is Sting. We have Logan Paul, Pat McAfee, Rob Gronkowski. Last but not least. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this little room tour before I leave this apartment in less than a month. I'll be back to my old house. So this is me saying goodbye to my display. Hopefully I'll have one at my new place, or I guess you could call it my new old place. So, all right, so this is it. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Don the Bomb, and I will see you on the other side. And just remember these words from my boy, and that is, all that glitter isn't gold. Don the Bomb until the next one. Have a good night, everybody. Oh, baby. Yeah. The Bomb Squad for life.